Hey, you guys, welcome to today's live video. I am Danielle. I am here with Next Generation Gym Owners. It's my day off, so hopefully I don't look like a wreck here. We are also in post first competition, right? Is that what we say? Basically, yesterday was the cheer hangover. It was only a one-day competition, but I had 8 teams there, a couple of individuals doing best tumbler and stuff like that. I have a small cheer program by USASF standards. We've got, including novice and prep and elite, we've got about 91 all-star kids. A couple of years ago, I had 28. So that's kind of an indication of what that is like. And then by the time you add my rec, I've got about 115. All the rest of the kids in my gym are rec kids, straight rec, mostly tumbling, some gymnastics and ninja. But yeah, so first of all, when you guys hop on, say hello, let me know that you're here. I have to figure out how this chat works. So kind of a new one for me with the new program. Hopefully the audio is okay here as well. We tested this out, this new program, so that we can stream in a couple different places. Tested it out last week on Fireside Chat. And now excited to be doing this here so that you guys can watch on our Next Gen page right here in the group. And then even if you need to miss this and watch later, it's on YouTube as well. Hey, Katie, welcome. Welcome. All right, guys. So I am so excited to be here today, giving you some tips for small cheer gyms to be super effective with your competitions, both competition day and the next day. Okay, so I know those are some of the things that we gear up all season. Hey, Tina, we gear up all season for competition. It just feels like months and months and months of prep, and then it's like there, right? Like it happens overnight it does happen overnight, but it happens so fast that we are there and competition day arrives. It's the longest day of our lives. And then the next day it's gone already. And so let's talk about a couple tips to make sure that competitions and the next day are super effective for your gym so that you can grow your program, retain your current parents and athletes, and just have good values, good morale in your program for both your staff and your athletes. Okay. So number one tip, I told you I had 3. Okay, good. I have 3. First tip is post a thread in your band or gym members group asking parents to comment with any pictures that they may have that you might be able to use in the future for social media. Why? Because if you're a small gym, you probably don't have a marketing person running around at competitions doing your marketing. Maybe large gyms don't either. I assume they probably do. But I don't have enough personnel. Like I don't have enough to have a photographer in each of the rooms and in warm-ups and out on the floor and up in the stands. Like I just don't have that for the size of my program, right? So what I have for my program though is a lot of parents who take a lot of great photos up in the stands and right before we go on the floor, and if they can see you, depending on what kind of event you're in, and out in the hallways and afterwards with the cute medals. And so I asked the parents I posted yesterday in our Twister Nation group, hey, if you have photos that I can use for social media and you don't mind sharing, just comment right here with them. Now, for our photographers out there, is that the best quality? No. Facebook quality stinks, but it's good enough for my social media. And so I can go and snag those photos and do it that way. Some people have shared folders. Some people have like Google Drive links or Apple shared folders. My staff, we actually have an Apple shared folder because everybody but one has an iPhone. That one person usually just has to send them over to us and then we upload them. But it's a great way to get some of those things going for social media. So when you see all of those cool Connect 3 images we're using, a lot of times those are ones that parents have graciously allowed us to use. And in our initial waiver is a photo release form right there. So as long as the parent is granting you permission to use those photos, good to go. Great way for a small gym to get some social media done at competition. Hey, Tammy, welcome. Um, Even better, ask those parents in advance if they can help by taking, like, just overload that day of photos, right? Parents are usually so willing to help, and a lot of times it's great to not only utilize their help, but it helps get them fired up if they can participate. And guys, by nature, moms want to do those things. I'm a mom. I get it. When we went to swim competitions, I wanted to take 100 pictures. So why not give them to the gym owner, or for me, the swim coach, so they can use them on social media. Okay. This is tip 1B. That was 1A. If you all know me, you know I don't just have a tip 1 like that. Tip 1B, we actually bought a GoPro for this competition. The brand new GoPros are kind of expensive, but to be honest, I think that it will be well worth our money. So we bought the GoPro. I stuck it on a little stick, and even in warm-ups, when I was back with other teams that I wasn't coaching, I had that GoPro in my hand. When it was my teams, we took the GoPro and I handed it to another coach and she was able to do it. Or snag an athlete that's not going to warm ups yet or not competing, hand them the GoPro and tell them go to competition, or go to the warm ups and go to competition. So I figured that would make some great video for our end of season banquet. It would make some great social media videos, all kinds of stuff like that, so that we can then take those and just post. When it comes time for tryouts, I've got a million videos and photos I can use for all of that stuff. Okay. And then the last 1C of my 3 tips, it's not tip 3, it's tip 1C, is ask parents to tag you in their posts. So I didn't actually even do this. I just so happened to be tagged in posts. And I got to show you how cool this is. Our first competition was on opening day of deer season, and we're in Missouri. So, like, obviously. So it was so funny because the end of the day, I was actually like scrolling through my feed, and all my stuff was like, and it was all Twister stuff, but it was like cheerleading, 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 cheerleading. And Justin scrolling through his feed, and it's like cheerleading, cheerleading, deer, 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 cheerleading. So it was pretty funny in that sense. But okay, let me share my screen really fast here. This was pretty cool. Okay, fun way to do competition, because I got home and I had all these super, okay, load. I had made a post, which I'll talk about in just a second here, but like, look at all of the shares and tags that parents had tagged me in. And I thought that was awesome. Right. So it was just such a fun way to like end the day. It kept me happy, my coaches. We know the parents are posting on social media. And if I'm tagged in these, obviously I can go ahead and use those. Right. So that is one way to, oh, there we go. That is one way to make sure that you're getting tons of photos and that parents are able to just help you out on that stuff. Because, like I said, if you're a small cheer gym, you need all the help you can get because you probably have a small staff, right? Okay, so number 2, yes, friends, I gave you 3 tips in number 1. Sorry. Number 2, give all of the shout outs. So sometimes when we're coming home from a competition, Justin will drive and I will give the shout outs. I'll just sit on my phone and kind of text the whole way home because we just spent the whole day together and I need that time and space anyway. But I will just sit and do that on the way home or the next morning. So it's hard because if you're just burned out, you missed your kids all day, you missed your husband or your wife or whatever, you just need the break, or it was a 2-day competition. Those really like suck the life out of me. They're fun, but they suck the life. But if that's the case for you, make sure that you set some time aside to give shout outs and gratitude, because it takes a lot of work for a lot of people for those competitions to happen. So make sure your staff knows that you appreciate their hard work. If you're part of the Next Gen Academy, go to the members area, hit the search and go to Starbucks. And our whole system is in there for how to get your staff a virtual Starbucks gift card, right? So you can just get the gift card, snapshot it, post it in your staff group or your staff band or however you do that. And the following Monday after a competition, like, everybody needs Starbucks, right? So, or if you're Canadian, Tim Hortons. So make sure that you guys do that just to show your staff your appreciation. Because if you're like me, competition day gets so wild sometimes, and you're running from this to that and all of that, that it's helpful to just say thank you. In fact, something we started doing for the very first competition of the season, we don't do goodie bags for the gym. We do allow the parents to do them, but we always give goodie bags for the staff. It's usually got an energy drink of some kind. It's got sometimes a chapstick, a little packet of Advil, usually a good one. Angie puts a little bit of candy in there, a packet of gum, like all of those things you always think to ask for on competition day. We always put together a little baggie for our coaches. Even if you're a junior coach, you get that too. And so she just put together these cute little baggies that for a coach, if I'm sitting up in the stands, how nice to just have a little something. And the owners were able to show some appreciation that way as well. Okay, so 2B is event producers. Guys, I'm friends with some event producers, and I know they hear lots and lots of feedback when something went wrong or when something didn't go as well as they'd hoped. But how much would they love to hear it if you had a great experience and you could tell them, thank you so much for the coaches room. A lot of events we go to don't have that. I was so grateful to be able to just have somewhere to get water all day, right? Or to get some coffee. Or, hey, thanks for hosting a great event. Our parents loved this event, and we look forward to going again in the future. Okay, so give a shout out to the event producers. That's as simple as an email. I know if you're a small gym, you have a small staff. So make sure you get that email sent out or ready to go, because I think that feedback is the number one way we can make sure our event producers continue to do a great job, right? The great ones will continue to do a great job. The not so great ones, well, you may not have that task to do the weekend after or the Monday after, right? Tammy said she loves Melissa's. Yes, that's where we were this weekend. Tammy's a couple hours from me. We were at one called State Fair Spirit Classic. It's a smaller IEP near us. Some years she's not small. Some competitions are huge, but yeah, she does a good job with all the hospitality things and just making it a comfortable environment. So also, you guys, so this year we had, oh gosh, I hope I get this right, 2 novice teams, 3 prep teams, and 3 elite teams. So we talked to parents at the beginning, said, if you want to get together and do a goodie bag, you're welcome to. If you don't, you certainly don't have to. Our elite teams don't usually do goodie bags because they're a little bit older. So I bought one of those, it's like a Kit Kat. Oh my gosh, hold on. It's right here. Okay. I bought that for my junior too and told them if their baskets hit the ceiling, this is what they get. The ceilings are super high in that arena, but they all thought it was really funny. And then we made a deal that if their baskets went above the banner, they got this. Our baskets always go that high, and they were a little rough. So they're going to aim again for it at practice this week. But that's what I do for my elite teams because the parents choose not to do goodie bags, which is totally fine. For my novice and prep teams, though, if they're going to do it on one team, we make sure they know that that is the case so that you don't have some littles who have it, like a tiny novice that has it and a tiny prep that doesn't. And then we let the parents handle all of it, right? So it's a good time for them. Sorry, my chair is loud. Good time for them to come into the gym and bond as parents, because I've taught about this at competition before or at conference before. It's important that the parents are having the opportunity to bond and make friends as well. Once you hit above 30, it's hard to make friends, guys. It's hard. So it's important that we're giving parents that opportunity too, and it builds great loyalty within your program. Okay. Tammy said they get it as a team or each. So for this, I purposely bought this giant one, Tammy, that has, they're like full size, but I think it's like 32 Kit Kats, but it was like $10. So I bought that for my junior too. I bought a yardstick of Twix for my senior team. I know some people are not going to do like the unhealthy Totally okay. Buy a bag of grapes. I don't care. But do something for your teams, just as an incentive and to be fun. And competitions only happen a few times a year. So let's have fun with them. The point in this was you had parents who just went really above and beyond if they did goodie bags. Tell them thank you. Those people who made it extra special for the kids, tell them thank you, because we only get to spend warm ups, the tunnel, and competition and awards with the kids, but the parents are really spending the majority of the time up in the stands with them. So if they're doing something special for the kids that made their experience even better, first of all, don't tell them no. Let them do it. Let moms be moms. I'm a mom. I usually participate in goodie bags when they do them for my kids' teams. So let moms be moms and have fun and do the things, like it's in our blood to be moms. So thank them though for the things they're doing that add to the value of your program. Okay. Number 3, take a few quick notes of what went well and what didn't go well. Or maybe it went well, but like it could be better, right? So we did that. We always do a Monday staff meeting with my full-time staff. If you don't have full-time staff, put a post out there to your coaches who did go, or maybe even you have some parents who help, but put some stuff out there and say, hey, what went well? Or what do you think we could work on for next time? What things do we need to do before next time? Because I know how it happens. We all get into score sheet meetings and routine reviews and back to practice and back to the grind of like, get ready for the next competition. And we forget about some of those little things. So we competed Saturday. Here are a few things that went on our list. Number 1, our music needs a few seconds of dead time at the end. Silly little thing, but like our youth novice went, and then our youth hip hop like immediately started playing right after that because the iPod doesn't have dead space in there. So I need to either figure out the setting. By the way, if you know that, you just let me know. Or I need to ask the music producer to just give me a couple more seconds of dead time on the end. Is it a big deal? No, but I think it adds to the overall value when your routine can stop and have a silence for a second, right? So that's one thing. One thing, we're going to bring some empty, like not written on thank you cards, because we do see parents and event producers and event staff going just out of their way. And it's so great to be able to have to be able to like write a thank you card to them on behalf of the gym. Shelly says create a playlist for each one. Yes, I have not thought about that. We could probably do that as well. That's probably my easy solution. Usually I have one full playlist for each competition since we take some teams to some, but that's the answer, Shelly. Thank you. Make sure everyone, coaches and personnel, have access to the Apple shared folders. That's a good, like we had a couple coaches who didn't have access. So they were like, hey, how should I send you photos? So that's a good after action for me. Let me think. Oh, I think I already changed it. My lock screen, we had one of those graphics that Allie made that had like the gather time for all of our teams, like the gather, the go to warm-ups, the compete, awards, all of that. We talked about some after actions on how to make it a little bit easier for some of the parents to get their kids back at the end so that we're not trying to walk through crowds with little, tinies and all the spectators. So just little things like that, guys. I'm also going to take a copy of the paper schedule and tape it right next to our seating, because even though parents had it on their phones on band, if they didn't download it, they may not have had good enough service to actually see it. So we got a few questions throughout the day of what time do we need to be there for this, or what time did they compete, because they didn't have service in the arena. So I'm going to print one of those next time and tape it up outside, not outside, but like outside of our seating section. Okay. So hopefully that gave you guys a couple ideas. The only other thing I was going to say is, guys, it's your job as the gym owner to be the most motivational and inspirational person in the gym. So the next day after you compete, post some great stuff on your social media, like everything you are feeling inside of your heart and all those warm fuzzies. Go post them. Don't just hold it in. Don't just think about that. I'm going to share one screenshot that I have. I did that, and it's probably, I don't know, it's one of the first times I've done it in a few seasons anyway. And this was really special that one of the moms did this. So this parent has 3 girls in our program. She actually shared my post with a little shout out, and I thought that was awesome. And it was really neat that she, and another parent said, I thought the same when I read it. Blah, blah, blah. I just think that it's like you can be the most motivational and inspirational person in your program. And in fact, you absolutely should be. So if you're not posting something super inspirational the next day, you're missing out on a great opportunity to really inspire parents and athletes in your program. So, okay, real quick, we've got a couple of really good comments here. Tina said, I put music in my notes on my iPad and name it by team name so it will not roll over, easy to find. One folder of notes says music. Yeah, good idea. We buy an iPod. It's actually, we're going to have to come up with a new solution in future years because iPods are pretty hard to find these days. I just bought a brand new one and it was kind of hard to find. So Elizabeth said, we have a Powerhouse banner with a stand. We taped the schedule to it. Yeah, we had that one year and we left it at the competition. So I've only ever had it one year because we forgot. So yes, great ideas though. So guys, if you are watching this afterwards, oh my gosh, I used the right hand. Make sure you hit #replay. Let us know if you have questions afterwards. Definitely go ahead and post those. We'll get back to you on those. Like I said, small cheer gym here, lots of rec athletes, but okay, my hair's going wild, static here in the Midwest. Lots of rec athletes, but that doesn't really help when it comes to staffing and all of that great stuff on competition day. Shelly's part of a large gym. She had some great feedback in here. And she may have a totally different experience than us in some ways and exactly the same in others. But hopefully this gave you a few tips as you're getting ready to kick off your season. Here where I am in the Midwest, it starts super duper early. So we already had our first competition. Second one is the beginning of December. And really looking forward to a good season because so far our teams were on point. Even if they weren't, though, I'm not too worried about that. I'm just glad that we're having a good season. Okay, so I will make sure that you guys post in the comments if you have additional tips for everybody so we can use this as one good thread of all the great competition tips. And then finally, if you've heard me say a few things on here, I did that on purpose, but not. About the members area has the Starbucks gift card. The members area has this, Connect 3. You might be wondering what some of those things are. Make sure you head over to our website or PM me directly. The Next Gen Owners Academy has a 90-day money-back guarantee, and we're only offering this for a few more weeks. So anybody who registers for the Owners Academy by the end of the month is going to get a 90-day money-back guarantee. Meaning, if at any point in the next 90 days, you're like, yeah, this academy thing's not for me, you can request your money back and you get your money back, right? But for those who've joined so far, I hope that maybe you can weigh in, but those who've joined so far or current academy members can tell you it is really a program. We're constantly working to make sure we're giving you the most up-to-date and best information, the most guided information to help you to grow your gym. So whether you have a large program, a small program, I can tell you right now, investing in your business is the #1 way to reach your goals when it comes to program development with your all-stars, okay? So my kids just got off the bus. I am going to head out there. But you guys, make sure you head over to nextgenowners.com or send me a PM with any questions you might have, and we would be happy to answer those to get you guys set up for a 90-day money-back guarantee. All right? I will see you guys soon.